Hi, I'm Curtis Fertie, and thank you for coming to the cabinet shop today and experiencing the CNC factory Python XPR with me. Well, so we're a small cabinet shop here in Boise, Idaho. Basically, we're a father-son's operation. And one of my sons has gone back to school, and so he's going to be gone for a little while. And the other one is trying to maybe go a different route. So I realized that the small cabinet shop grew even smaller, and it's hard to find good employees nowadays. And as I kind of tick up there in age, I wanted to find a way that I could keep doing what I love to do and what I'm good at doing. And I knew that I couldn't keep pushing heavy material through a sliding table saw and keep things accurate and things like that. Here's one of the biggest problems we had being a small cabinet shop is I kind of got introduced into letting other cabinet shops cut our components out, cut our doors out, and we were farming a lot of things out to other shops. And then we had a great year in 2016, but we didn't have a great year because we were farming all these things out to other shops, and so they were the ones making the money. We found out that we were busier than we've ever have been, and yet there was no money coming in because we were giving it away to other shops so that they could cut our material, so that they could build our doors and things like that. So that's when we realized, okay, we got to do something different. And that was another clue that we thought the CNC machine is the way we need to go. I wanted to find a good CNC machine at the right price. And so I flirted with a lot of different CNC machines. I called CNC Factory and I actually got a hold of Chris Corrales. He answered the phone. And he was talking to me about what I needed in a CNC machine. And when I told him that we'd had no experience with CNC machining and what I was going through and what I was needing to do, he immediately thought of the Python XPR and its loading capabilities, its unloading capabilities, its ability to print labels and stamp it on the part that it needs to go to. It also has an ink stamp to show you which side and where to do your edge banding. So all these things were wonderful, and that's kind of what got me very interested in CNC Factory, is all of these capabilities of what the machine could do and not have to worry about mistakes. Because as I realized we may be hiring younger kids and other people to start coming into the cabinet shop to fill my son's places, mistakes can be very costly, and you won't find out if you made a mistake until the very end of the process, which can really cost you a lot of money in the end. The price was so incredible for what the machine was doing, it almost seemed unbelievable. And keep in mind, the CNC machine came with options like the loading table and the offload table and things like that. The others did not. With the other people's CNC machines, you still got to pick up that material. Somebody's got to load it onto the CNC machine and someone's got to pick it back off. You don't have to worry about that with the Python XPR. It's all done for you. It loads and unloads. It just makes it easy. I'll tell you a quick story. The first time it took the tech about 2 days to set the machine up, and then he flew back out. I had one son in school, the other son was on vacation, so I was the only one here. And we had a deadline that we had to make. So I loaded up the material onto the loading table with a forklift, not by hand, and hit go. And then I was so amazed because the machine's cutting out all of my parts, and I'm looking at my clock going, there's other things I could be doing. And so I'm over at the other end of the shop, sanding, cutting fillers, staining, spraying lacquer, doing other things. And all I gotta do is look over, is the machine still running, the green light's still on? That's all I gotta do. And then it would take, a little bit of time, and the light would flash yellow telling me that it's done with that cycle. And I just had to get over here and unload it off the unloading table in pieces and stack it on a cart. It was just that easy. And I got so much done that day, I couldn't believe it. And I actually went home early, which was weird, and wasn't tired because I wasn't lifting heavy material all day long. I can see the growth is coming because we've got so much work to do in this valley, and the phone's running off, it's ringing off the hook for us. But better than that is the way I feel. I'm not stressed out wondering I can't get all of this done in this time frame for this builder or this homeowner. And it just relieves all that stress because of how fast it goes through things, how perfect everything is, and it just takes care of that for you. So another great point is the CNC machine from CNC Factory. Everything's made in America. And that was a huge point for me. I love that. I love to buy American. That does a couple things. There's a lot of pride in that. And I have a lot of pride in America. I love where we live. We live in the greatest nation in the world. But because of that also, the second part of that is you're not talking to someone across seas on a different time zone that's a full day away from you and not getting replies. Honestly, today I called him 4 times because I'm trying to make a certain door and I wasn't able to figure out the parameters of it perfectly. And I would call him and he would take over my computer by TeamViewer and show me step by step what he was doing and how he was doing it. And then he was interested in my program. He wanted to know, okay, go out and run that and then take a picture of the door. Let me know how it turned out. He wanted to know. It wasn't the end of the conversation. And there'd be a little bit something that I didn't like and I'd call him back and say, can we change this? And again, he was able to just walk me through it, help me with it, change it, but then again, call me back again, let me know how it is. And that's the great spirit of it. CNC Factory has a great team behind them that helps out with just anything. If a part goes down and you need parts, what do? We've already had that problem. We broke a fly cutter and we broke it on our own fault because we'd set it into the bit backwards. And we broke it and I'm thinking, oh no, we've got a ton of doors we got to cut out for this customer. I don't have time for this. This is what I was afraid of. I called them up. Again, they answer the phone right away. What's the problem? Oh yeah, we have that. It's in the mail right now. I'm overnighting it. And it's true. It was overnighted. We were able to go the next day. There's so many features I can't even tell you, but the speed is one of them. It's got a 12 horsepower spindle that is top notch and cuts things out. It's moving so fast to cut things out so perfectly and clean that it's unbeatable. And one of the things that was so wonderful is noticing how the tool holder, the rotary tool holder, and how many tools it holds, how many different tools, and how quickly it will change tool. And it picks up right where it left off and gets right back after it. The machine is just non-stop and going. So now let's go, let's play with the machine a little bit. Let's load some material on it and cut a door and show you just how easy this machine is and what it will do for your business. So here's some fun things I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how easy it is for this machine to load up a piece of 4x8 material for you. It's as simple as this. And now we'll watch the machine take over. So you can see it take off. It's going to load a 4x8 sheet of melamine. How great is that? No more heavy lifting. What the machine is doing now is it's going to run over and pick up the first tool that it needs off the carousel and come over and get started. So you see how quick that is to change bits. This great little tool right here is called the MPG simulator. So you can run this by hand if you're running intricate little parts or you want to see what your machine's doing first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my brush off so you can see the machine. It's turning. Here's the great thing about this. Now as I turn this nice and slow, you can see my bits coming down. And there it goes. It's starting to cut. Now we can unload all of our material. It's going to unload the table. It also has a broom on it, so it's sweeping off our dill. The conveyor belt automatically starts and is ready for material to be pushed off of it. So that the machine can go ahead and start and grab the next sheet of goods and get started. And it's just this easy. This is like being at a grocery store, and the conveyor belt will start when it reaches the eyeball and you're ready to pick up material at the end of the deal. It's that easy. I highly recommend CNC Factory and Chris Corrales and their team and all that they can do for your business.